So we are at the end game of the Marvel Netflix relationship. This is the final ever episode of not just Jessica Jones, but the Marvel Netflix era. This is episode 13 of season 3, called Everything. And to celebrate who has been inspirational, iconic, one of my favorite characters ever, I thought I'd save the last bit. I've got another up there, but I saved this just as a precaution. So I am going to spend this episode. I'm probably not going to get drunk, so don't get your hopes up. Although I might do, but I'm not a lightweight, so yeah. I'm also going to pour in a bit of this as well. Just, some people are going to say, "Yo, you're soiling it. You're soiling it." I think it's good because I had it on a few nights that I've wasted myself, and it actually helped. Not enhance the flavor, but it was enjoyable. So yeah. But yeah, this is the final ever episode for Jessica Jones. Sad face. That's what the episode title should be called. Especially with what Jess might have to put up with, because we found out in the last episode that, Salinger, it wasn't quite his episode before he got murdered by Trish. I mean, his children basically got murdered. No, they got let out. They didn't get murdered, but still, my babies. We also found out that Jessica anticipated for him trying to interrogate her, and her and Eric worked together to he did spike the drink, but they must have had some kind of counteract to not make her susceptible like Salinger hoped for. And the confession was on tape, so Salinger was locked up, and then Trish got him. So yeah, that's not gonna look great, is it? Especially with the fact that Trish got the crap beaten out of her, but also in a public area, I guess, you just see someone's body basically someone's head basically destroyed because she stomped on the head, and we didn't even get a look at the head because I don't think it would be pretty, would it? But yeah, to see that level of distress, it's not looking good for dear old Trish. So this might be a tough ending for Jessica, as well as for us. So yeah, but with that said, let's check out Jessica Jones' final episode. This is Everything. Let's go. Hey! Whoa, Luke!
Jessica Jones, P.I.
Oh, this is rubbing the salt in the wound further, considering...
Just see her as a friend.
What?
He deserved better. For those lives he ruined. That was on him.
Yeah, that was his burden.
You sent him to prison.
Worse. I sent him to the raft. Killed me to do it. But it was the right thing to do.
Oh, it's gonna be this...
And you're sure about that?
It's gonna kill you, eat you up inside, but it's the right thing to do.
If I ever go too far, I hope that someone gives enough of a shit about me to take me down.
Is that a risk these days?
This is the salt on the wound, because season 3 would have had him gone too far, surely.
Some would say it's inevitable.
So he's gonna be there for Jess. Oh, that was nice. That was brilliant. Because Luke deserved a proper ending. Oh my god! So you were saying?
The guy is a liar and a cheat. It's probably his
Yeah.
own guilt that gives him headaches.
Oh, bitch!
It's over, Trish.
You're in denial.
Leading to the identity of the masked killer. She's been linked to the deaths of 3 men whom
Did they
she
not
deemed
pull off the
criminals.
mask when they
The
kicked the
question
shit out?
is,
Because it
who's
looked like
next?
people kicked the shit out of her. You think pull off the mask.
My hands, they're not mine anymore. And eventually
my
my entire
God.
body will become a prison. It was selfish of me to seek you out. I can see that
It's
now.
fear. At the end of the
I'm
day.
genuinely sorry.
I hit my wife, but I got help.
Daddy!
Stay back, Nora.
supposed to be alone.
Oh.
I called 911.
Don't
Oh.
hurt her. Please, don't hurt my daughter.
I wouldn't.
Oh, shit.
yeah.
Sorry, I just...
Oh, boy, this is not
I left
Orcs.
you messages.
I was gonna return your calls.
Were you?
I don't know.
Fake an illness.
Here.
I've got a chesty cough. I can't see you.
I came for
Go.
more than just underwear and...
You're not fast enough, and you can't beat me.
Not in the light.
This is it, Trish.
I need to report a break-in. The mass vigilante.
Chase! Oh, shit, no.
I'm getting out of here.
Don't. I will do anything that you ask. Please.
Look
Ah.
at yourself. This isn't
She's
you.
gonna kill
I don't-
Kif.
New York isn't safe for you anymore. Leave her. Take me and I will get you out.
She's speaking from love. Ah. Not right, but love. Am I right?
I want more for her than I do for myself.
Congratulations.
Which is pretty impressive
Jessica
with
feels that way for
Hogarth.
you. She wants her sister back.
Well, so do I. She doesn't understand what I'm doing because
You-
she can't do it. She can't make
You-
the ultimate sacrifice.
Which is?
Everything.
You lost her.
She can't do this.
She's on the run.
How many
She's
people
holding
would
her
believe that?
attorney, Jaren Hogarth, hostage. She is dangerous. Do not approach her. Don't try to be a hero. It's a shitty job.
Oof. It's up. It's up.
Social media and search through the Find Patsy hashtags.
So, it has gone super, super viral. It's just, I say, how many people would believe this because it's
We are
this
beyond passports and anything resembling
thought that goes
legitimate
in your
transport.
head that
Jessica, I'm
Um,
not sure of that.
I've never done
is
business
this
with
person
man.
really capable of
None
this?
of my clients
But
have ever been that
you'd be
desperate.
surprised. Now you know how your mother feels. Is that insensitive? Oh man. She's gonna... Oh. Hogarth.
Jessica, she's at SAC Imports.
Where is she?
You're here.
You're talking
Where is she?
In the coffins.
Oh, he's gonna be picking out those splinters.
Which one?
See, this could take forever. She's not gonna be in that one. It's just gonna make it... Nope, she is. I thought it was gonna make it sound like... Here we go. Ooh!
Who else are you gonna kill?
Ow!
Am I next?
Would you kill your own sister?
Go ahead, Trish. Prove me right.
Ooh!
I saw it when you shot my mother. And I can see it now.
You're wrong.
It's now amplified because she's got
It's
those
Dorothy
powers.
who beat this self-righteous resolve into you.
Ooh.
You think you're avenging her. You've become her. God damn it!
Shit!
Shit!
Oh! Oh! Oh no! Bloody hell! You can super heal, but like, that's a bloody... No, no.
Thing. I gotta do something about that.
Some people can be redeemable. At least he's understanding. See, he's a nice guy, Eric. I'm gonna miss these two. Oh! She's gotta move on. Oh, this is heartbreaking! She's closing down Alias investigations. Oh no! Where's Jill? Like, we didn't get to say goodbye between Jillian and oh.
Don't screw it up.
You got that promotion. This is heartbreaking. I don't like this.
What's it gonna take to make it feel right? The answer is too much.
Say, Jess is the one saying you're welcome. Seems like she's accepted it.
It'll take too much.
Oh, poor Jess.
Jessica, you're right to give in. Give up.
Oh shit!
Someone else's job now.
Ooh!
Don't pass it, right? Hey, don't you want your ticket?
She ain't biting to your shite, Kilgrave. I hope the tea is cold in hell. Damn. Damn. That was... I wasn't expecting Kilgrave's voice to appear there, but, like... Here we go. And I'm glad that was, like, the catalyst in terms of, like, influencing Jessica's decision to stay behind. Oh, it's someone else's job now. I'm not going to bite a Kilgrave. So, yeah. Although I wouldn't have minded, but I guess she's embracing that hero in her. She has been decorated as a hero, and now, thanks to Kilgrave's voice, she's staying behind, and she's still gonna keep on fighting. So, yeah. But I liked that we did get a proper ending to Jessica's story, as well as to Luke's story in some degree. Not properly, because, like, surely we want to find out what would happen to Luke, like Season 3 should have done, but it's the best that could be done out of a shitty situation. And Daredevil got a proper ending as well, in a sense, even though they were going to do a Season 4, but given how Season 3 ended, you can see that as a proper ending. It was just Luke had a cliffhangery ending, and with his appearance here, I think that's the best they could do. So, yeah, but yeah, that was a really gripping and great way to end Jessica Jones Season 3. that was it. That was all she wrote for Jessica Jones Season 3 to what I thought was a great send-off, because there were surprise appearances, Kilgrave and Luke Cage. We had a conclusion to everyone's arcs, which I gotta say, for Hogarth's as well, my main fear was that we were going to see Hogarth die by the end of Season 3, and it looks like she's not. She's going to try and do better. Like this episode did foretell, with the fact that she was already going to call Jessica to tell her where Trish was. But Jess beat her to the punch. As well as the fact that she was willing to help Jessica out in her plan to capture Trish by playing the fly in the web, by luring Trish here to her place. So yeah, I do like where how Hogarth's story did end, rather than the predictable her succumbing to ALS, as I was fearing. And I don't know how many people did fear that, but I certainly did. But yeah, it was a really, really good ending to Jessica Jones. Like I said, it really did feel like a closure to her story. Like, she can continue doing her job. And I was really impressed with how Kilgrave was the catalyst to her continuing with her job rather than starting a new life. So, you know what? I do feel so bad for Malcolm, because he's just gotten this promotion, and he's just probably putting his boxes in alias investigations, and he's just getting accommodated to life. And then Jess is gonna probably fire her. So yeah, fire him. Why am I making it But yeah, I do feel so bad for Malcolm. But yeah, we did get a closure to everyone's story. Like, we even had Saya turn up and recognize that Malcolm and Brianna was potentially a thing, despite what she was saying. But yeah, I really did like this story so much. I thought it was, I don't know why, I do feel like this was a better finale than Season 2's finale. It was just really great stuff, like with Luke enforcing, well, he was giving words of advice to Jessica about what he had to do with Willis. And I feel like this story has quite a few comparisons with Luke Cage's ending to in Season 1, when he had to put Willis away, because the majority of that episode was spent on the fallout. And I really liked how circumstances came up, like Trish was ready to move was ready to go to Thailand, and had to hide on a coffin, which was like, I wouldn't blame Trish if, I'm sure there was thoughts going through her head with her mother, but because they could have had a box, they could have had something else, but they had to go with the coffin, didn't they? But yeah, there was a lot more action placed in this, so I felt like Luke's predicament of putting Willis away was a bit stronger than just the message that it is hard what you have to do, but it needs to be done, because their actions are of their own free will, and Trish's actions was. But what is also funny is that there was what's been the theme with Trish throughout her duration is the fact that she's always had two characters. It's either Patsy or Trish Walker. And same here with this episode, evidently, where she had basically two sides to her story, with the fact that she felt what she was doing was right, and there was a moment of contemplation in her head, especially when she saw Dimitri's daughter. So, and we had her realizing her actions when Costa went through the nitty-gritty with her, as well as her being taken to the raft. She had that reflection where she thought, you know what I did was wrong. So yeah, I really liked how we did delve into the two sides of Trish in this episode, but there was that obvious frustration when she was saying, what I'm doing is right, and you're just like, bullshit. No, it's not. But yeah, I really did like, I did like the fight between Jess and Trish, because I was hoping that we would get a fight this season, and we did. Gotta say though, the knife of the... I just love how Jess shrugged it off as if it were nothing. I mean, yeah, she's got super healing, but still, that's gonna hurt like a bitch, surely. But yeah, it was really good to see that that short-lived fight, but it was very telling, because Jess had a lot of shackles on her. She didn't want to do this. But there was a side to her saying, you know what, it might have to be done. So, yeah. I also loved how Luke's inclusion was not just humbling with his words of what he had to do with Willis and how that mirrored what Jess might have to do with Trish, but it makes sense because he was there in season 1 before Luke Cage started up. He was there on Jessica Jones, so you know, you could have Iron Fist show up, you could have Matt show up, but also, like I said in my immediate thoughts, this feels like a good closure, because I feel like Luke's story was the most open to be concluded out of everyone. So I feel like adding Luke as a cameo not just gave Jess that realization that as much as it sucks, it might have to be done, but it also gives Luke that bit of closure. So I really, really loved that inclusion. It wasn't forced. It had layers of meaning, so I really liked that so much. I'm also curious to know how the people took Jess's message when she outed Trish, when she did the full Mysterio, because obviously it became a trend, but I'm sure there's going to be people who are going to be thinking, Trish Walker as this vigilante? No bloody way. Especially her co-host. That's also that's a bit of a complaint that I do have. Like, that I do feel like a few characters that were newly introduced to the story didn't get the closure that I was hoping to see. Like, I missed Jillian so much in this episode. Like, I was hoping to see a departure, like a goodbye or whatnot, when Jess decided to pack up and leave. But yeah, like I said, I'm sure I was wondering what her co-host was gonna say. I guess it's like Flash Thompson's reaction to Peter being Spidey. We might not get to see that with this MCU Sony deal being a bit up in the air, but by the time this is out, hopefully it'll be all resolved and that comment will be irrelevant. But still, I am very curious to see how people, because Trish is not a nobody. Trish has a reputation, so I would be very curious to see how people like her co-host would have taken the news that Trish is the vigilante. So yeah, but it was a really solid episode. I also really loved Jerry's plan to lure Trish over to her place, as well as her and Kif. Their interactions was really great, as well as Kif deciding, because it's been a bit of a strained relationship no matter what. Like, no matter whatever good actions that Jerry did in this episode, the sins of her actions are still going to be paramount. And I think the lesson is for Hogarth is to, like she even said it herself, you're going to be my last mistake, and it's going to be that prove it thing, isn't it? So I really liked the scenes with Hogarth and Kif. But yeah, like I said, it was a really solid conclusion. Also got to say, I loved how Jess suggested the idea that Costa and Eric could work together. It makes perfect sense. Like, he can basically... He's basically the sniffer dog, but with extended abilities. So, yeah. But it was a really great finale. I thought it was really well done. Very action-packed. I really loved how things concluded for all the characters. I felt like all the characters had. I just feel so bad for Malcolm because he's, like I said, he's just gonna get shafted as soon as he gets settled in. Jess walks in and is like, "You're fired." So, yeah, but everyone did get a solid conclusion, in my opinion. Trish got sent to the raft. Hogarth now has to realize that, like, it's like what I said earlier when I said that Jess said that Dorothy at least tried to do good before she did kick the bucket. You know you're dying. The difference is it was a surprise to Dorothy. So I like the fact that Hogarth now has this now has what seemingly is this purpose to do good before she does die. But yeah, like I said, everyone got a solid conclusion in my opinion, so I thought it was a really well done episode and a well done finale to cap things off with Jessica Jones. And I gotta say though, I did like how not just Kilgrave's message influenced Jessica to stay behind and realize, like, it might be a shitty job, but I'm gonna own the shitty job no matter what. But Kilgrave has been a influencing factor to Jessica's life, and with this being the final ever episode, I did like that inclusion. So I thought, like, thinking more of it, it works well. So yeah, but that was Jessica Jones, the final ever episode, and I'm pretty sad. I just knocked the mic filter because it's so close to my hand, but yeah, like, even though it's empty, I'm gonna raise a toast to Jessica because she has been a really, really fundamental character, and I really, really have enjoyed her presence so much. I'm gonna miss the shit out of her. Yeah, she's just been incredible, and I just love her so much. And I'm gonna miss her. Like I said though, I'm still, like in my intro for those who watched on Patreon, I'm still gonna watch older episodes just because she's been a fantastic character, and Kristen Ritter has played her superbly all throughout. There's never been a weak moment from her, in my opinion. It is still gonna be a big loss that there's no, that, because she is completely talented, Kristen Ritter, and like, she does deserve more, but sadly, that's relationships with Disney. Like, Disney are to blame at the end of the, well, yeah, because I think Disney were the responsible ones. I think they were, because I think Netflix were happy to continue. I'm sure that was the case, but either way, it is a sad loss that we will probably never ever get to see Kristen Ritter portray Jessica Jones again. But she's been fantastic, and I have loved her every second from the very first episode, like back what, 3 years ago that I watched. 3 years ago. It's been an incredible journey, and I'm gonna miss her so much. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you want to check out my Jessica Jones reactions, you can do on the right. You can also subscribe to my Media Feeds channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!